This is part 2 of our lesson on the Tagalog Enclitic Particles, RIN and DIN. Kumusta po kayo? Welcome back. We are continuing our lesson on the Tagalog Enclitic Particles, RIN and DIN, which is part of a long series on the Tagalog Enclitic Particles. Tagalog Enclitic Particles are monosyllabic and duosyllabic words that grammatically connect two words that convey different nuances and meanings. In the last video, we have learned that RIN and DIN are used in expressing addition, inclusion, similarity, and events for emphasis. We use RIN if the word before it ends in a vowel or the letters Y and W. We use DIN, on the other hand, if the word before it ends in a consonant except for Y and W. It's that simple. In this video, we will learn how to combine the particles RIN and DIN with other particles we have learned so far in this series. I will give you a few sample phrases so you'd be able to see how combining RIN and DIN with other particles create expanded meanings. Please also note that some of the combinations are not easily translated to English and that they are filled with cultural nuances. Kaya, huwag na natin patagalin at simulan na natin. Let's start combining RIN and DIN with the enclitic particle na. This combination expresses inclusion or agreement that is occurring in the present. Let's take a look at these sample sentences. Ako na. I'll go first. Let me do it. Ako rin. I too or me too. Ako na ang magluluto. I will be the one to cook now. Ako rin ang magluluto. I too will be the one to cook. Ako na rin ang magluluto. I too will be the one to cook now. Got it? It's not too hard, right? Let's have some more. Ikaw na. It's your turn. You do it. Ikaw rin. You too. Ikaw na ang susunod. You are already next. Ikaw rin ang susunod. You two are next. Ikaw na rin ang susunod. You two are already next. Iyan na. That is it. That's my final choice. Iyan din. That too. Iyan na ang gusto ko. That is what I finally want. Iyan din ang gusto ko. That too is what I want. Iyan na rin ang gusto ko. That too is what I finally want. That was very straightforward and not too difficult to understand. Before we go on with other examples, please be sure that you're subscribed by clicking on the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you'd be updated of new videos. Cool? Now, let's try the combination with the particle pa. The pa-rin combination expresses that a situation or a state is continuing even with others might have stopped or changed. We'll see that in the examples. And take note, we use rin because the particle pa ends in a vowel. Let's take a look at these examples. Ako pa. There's still me. Ako pa ang magluluto. I am still the one to cook. Ako pa rin ang magluluto. I remain to be the one to cook despite some other factors. Here, the subject ako or I remains to be the person to cook despite other factors that are present. Like for example, he will cook even if a chef has arrived. Let's take a look at another set. Ikaw pa. There's still you. Ikaw pa ang magsasayaw. You are still the one to dance. Ikaw pa rin ang magsasayaw. You remain to be the one to dance despite other factors. A situation here is that when a new dancer is available, but the subject is told that he or she will still dance despite the presence of another dancer. Moving on. Ito pa. This one too. Ito pa ang gusto ko. This one too is what I like, on top of the other things I like. Ito pa rin ang gusto ko. This one too is what I like, despite This combination might sound strange, but here, the speaker still likes an object even when presented with an alternative. Ayos ba? The combination pa rin offers a bit of nuance and may take a while to grasp, but you'll be able to get it. Now, let's take a look at the combination rin ba and din ba. Remember, ba is a question marker and is used to emphasize a question. When combined with rin and din, it emphasizes a question on inclusion with a tone of curiosity, comparison, or surprise. Let's take a look. Ako ba? Is it me? Are you referring to me? Ako ba ang magluluto? Am I the one to cook? Ako rin ba ang magluluto? Am I also the one to cook? Here, the speaker has a tone of surprise that he will also cook on top of the other things that he is expected to do. Ikaw ba? Is it you? Ikaw ba ang kakanta? Is it you who will sing? Ikaw rin ba ang kakanta? Is it also you who will sing? Iyan ba? Is that it? Is that the one? Iyan ba ang gusto mo? Is that the one you like? Iyan rin ba ang gusto mo? Is that also the one you like? Next up is the combination of rin and din with the particle lang. This combination implies comparison with others but minimizing the effort or an action. This is more of a cultural nuance of modesty when a speaker does something but downplays the effort or implies that the effort is not a big deal. Let's take a look at these examples. Ako lang. It's just me. Ako lang ang magluluto. It's just me who will cook. Ako rin lang ang magluluto. It will just be me who will cook and no one special. Ikaw lang. It's just you. Ikaw lang ang maglilinis ng bahay. It's only you who will clean the house. Ikaw rin lang ang maglilinis ng bahay. It will just be you who will also clean the house. Don't expect any help. Ito lang. Just this one. Ito lang ang gusto ko. This is the only one I like. Ito rin lang ang gusto ko. This is the one I also like. It's nothing special. Ayos ba? So far, so good? Now, moving on to our next combination. Rin naman or din naman. This combination is used to soften criticism of someone's action, avoid sounding accusatory, and to express comparison without conflict. As you can see, there's a lot of cultural nuances in this combination, and that a direct translation is difficult. And that depends a lot on context. Here's our examples. Ako naman. It's my turn. I've waited long enough. Ako naman ang magluluto. It's my turn to cook. It's been a while since I did that. Ako rin naman ang magluluto. Besides, I will also be the one to cook. Or, let's not forget that I will also be the one to cook. Ikaw naman. It's your turn. You've been waiting long enough. Ikaw naman ang magsasalita. It's your turn to speak. It's been a while since you did that. Ikaw rin naman ang magsasalita. Besides, you will also be the one to speak. Here, the speaker acknowledges the listener's effort without sounding accusatory. Iyan naman. That one too. Iyan naman ang pipiliin ko. That one is the thing I will choose this time. Iyan din naman ang pipiliin ko. Besides, that one too is the one I will choose. In this case, the speaker is softly assuring that he is choosing one thing over another. I have to admit that this is tricky to explain, as rin naman and din naman depends a lot on cultural nuances, something that is better experienced, which I'm sure you will. Now, let's move on to the next. Rin kaya or din kaya. They're often used in yes-no questions with emotional overtones. They are used in situations when the speaker is curious, doubtful, hopeful, or being sarcastic. Listen to these. Ako kaya? I wonder if it's me. Ako kaya ang magluluto? I wonder if I'm the one to cook. Ako rin kaya ang magluluto? I wonder if I'm also the one to cook. Siya kaya? I wonder if it's him or her. Siya kaya ang susunod? I wonder if it's him or her who will be next. Siya rin kaya ang susunod? I wonder if it's also him or her who will be next. Diyan kaya? Do you suppose there is where something or someone is? Diyan kaya pupunta si Marie? Do you suppose there is where Marie will go? Diyan din kaya pupunta si Marie? Do you suppose there is also where Marie will go? It assumes that the speaker wondered about where someone went, then wondered where Marie is going. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit the like button because that's gonna help this channel a lot. And I mean a lot. Ayos? Now, let's check out our next combination, RIN and DIN with pala. That implies inclusion with realization and surprise. This one is pretty straightforward. Have a listen. Ako pala. It's me apparently. It's me, I just realized. Ako pala ang magluluto. Apparently, it's me who will cook. I thought it's someone else. Ako rin pala ang magluluto. Apparently, it is also me who will cook. I thought it's someone else. Si Peter pala. Apparently, it's Peter. It is Peter, I just realized. Si Peter pala ang aalis. Apparently, it is Peter who will leave. I just realized. Si Peter din pala ang aalis. Apparently, it is also Peter who will leave. I didn't realize that. Ito pala. It is this one apparently. It is this one I just realized. Ito pala ang gusto ni Marie. Apparently, this is what Marie likes. I didn't realize. Ito rin pala ang gusto ni Marie. Apparently, this is also what Marie likes. No one knew about that beforehand. That was not too difficult, right? Now, let's tackle the next one. Nga rin or nga din. Expressing inclusion with confirmation. These two are very straightforward. Let's take a look. Ako nga. I indeed. It is indeed I. Ako nga ang magluluto. I indeed am the one to cook. Ako rin nga ang magluluto. I indeed am also the one to cook. Si Peter nga. Peter indeed. It is indeed Peter. Si Peter nga ang darating. Peter indeed is the one who will arrive. Si Peter din nga ang darating. Peter indeed is also the one who will arrive. Ganito nga. It is indeed like this. Ganito nga ang gusto nila. It is indeed like this that they like. Ganito rin nga ang gusto nila. It is indeed also like this that they like. And our final combination, rin muna or din muna. They are used to express inclusion and doing an action before anyone else. Take a listen. Ako muna. I go first, or let me be first before anyone else. Ako muna ang magluluto. I will be the one to cook first before anyone else. Ako rin muna ang magluluto. I will be the one who will also cook first before anyone else. Ikaw muna. You go first before anyone else. Ikaw muna ang maglalaba. You will be the one to wash clothes first before anyone else. Ikaw rin muna ang maglalaba. You will be the one who will also wash clothes first before anyone else. Iyon muna. That one over there first before anything else. Iyon muna ang kukunin ko. That one over there is what I will get first before something else. Iyon din muna ang kukunin ko. That one over there is what I will also get first before something else. Mixing enclitic particles create new meanings to a phrase or sentence in Tagalog. Getting a sense of how they work is key in native level fluency of the language. Cultural immersion is also needed to understand the nuances of enclitic particle mixing. The big question is if we can mix 3 or more particles to create new meanings. Yes, we can. But I won't go there for now since that would be some advanced level stuff. which eventually you will be able to learn with immersing into the Filipino culture. What I discussed in this video and the entire series are something that you'll be able to get started with in using and appreciating Tagalog Enclitic Particles. I will be seeing you next time as I tackle the final particle that will close this very long series on the Tagalog Enclitic Particles. Be sure to catch that. I will be seeing you then. Maraming salamat po at hanggang sa susunod.